Hello guys, welcome back to Ayaaba Creations. So on this channel we learn how to make simple beaded crafts. If today is your first time, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share and leave a comment. We have an online store on Instagram where we sell beaded raw materials, so you can pick up the WhatsApp number on your screen or you can text us on Instagram. So guys, in today's video I am going to teach you how to make this beautiful semicircle bag here, but with a little switch. We are attaching spiky beads to make a beautiful design. Okay, so first I'll teach you how to make the semicircle bag, then in the later part of the video I'm going to teach you how to attach the teardrop beads to make it have that spiky design. If it's something you'd love to learn how to make, stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, share and like the video. So let's start with the semicircle bag. So you are going to use 2 packs of size 10 mm sugar beads and then 0.8 millimeter thread. So first you are going to take 4 of the size 10 mm sugar bead. I'm going to leave the list of the materials I used in the description. Then you pass the beading thread through the 4th one, so it's like you are crossing. So when you cross, this is where you get your first ring of 4. Then what you are going to do next is to take 3 of the size 10 mm sugar beads. So 3, 1, 2, 3, cross with the 3rd bead to give another ring of 4 beads. Okay, so just like this. Then you are going to repeat again. You are going to take 3. So I'm going to take my 3 beads now. So I put 1 here, put 1 here, and then I'm going to cross with the 3rd one to give another ring of 4 beads. So this is what you are going to do in the beginning stage of making this beautiful bag. So guys, we have a Telegram channel now, so you can go to Telegram. If you don't have the app, you can download it and then subscribe to our Telegram channel at Ayaaba Creations. So we are still going. I beaded quite a few off camera. Okay, so still you are going to take 3 beads, put 1 on each side of the beading thread, and then cross with a 3rd bead to give a ring of 4 beads. So something like this is what you are going to get, okay, when you continue this process. All right, so we are still going on. Now this is the last part. So as you can see, I picked 3 beads, but I placed all 3 on one side of the beading thread, and I'm going to cross with the 3rd one. This will help us to move to the next stage of the bag we are making. You see? All right, let's count 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I beaded 15 rings of 4 in all, as you can see. And when I'm starting afresh, I'm going to take 3 sugar beads again. So 1, 2, 3, like this. Then I'll take the 3rd one and then cross. So I'm crossing. Okay, so when you are done, what you are going to do next is to pass the beading thread in your right hand through the next bead. So I'm going to pass it through the next bead like this, and then I'm going to add 2 sugar beads this time around, not 3, 2. So 2 sugar beads, and I'm going to cross with the 2nd one to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, then I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next bead, add 2 sugar beads, cross with the 2nd sugar bead to give a ring of 4 beads. So yeah, so I'm picking it, then I'm crossing. Then you are going to do it again. Take 2, cross the 2nd one to give a ring of 4 beads, and that's what you'll be repeating. All right, so you can continue till you get to the last but 1. Okay, so we are here. At this point, I'm still going to take 2 sugar beads. So 1, 2, and cross with the 2nd bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, all right, then this is the last place for this stage. So I also picked 2, but you see where I placed the 2 sugar beads, and then what I'm doing, So we are not going to continue again from this end. We are just going to tie a knot like you see me doing, and then we will pass the excess beading thread through the beads and cut off the excess thread. Okay. Alright, so at this point we are going to count 6 from each end. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 in all, but we are going to count 6 from each end. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, then from this side to 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we'll be left with 3 in the middle. So 1 2 3, and we are going to bead along these 3. So first you cut your long beading thread and put it through one. So let me say this is the first bead. Okay, so the first one. Then what I'm going to do is to take 3 sugar beads, so 3 of the size 10 mm sugar beads. Then I'm going to cross with the third bead to give a ring of 4 beads. All right, so we are crossing. Okay, then next I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next bead and then add 2 sugar beads. So 1 2 sugar beads, cross with the second sugar bead to give a ring of 4 beads like this. And I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next bead again, and I'm going to add 2 sugar beads to the beading thread in my right hand. So 2 sugar beads to this beading thread right here. Okay, so this particular one, then I'm going to take the second one and cross like this. All right, so moving on to the next stage, I'm going to add 3 sugar beads again. So I'm picking 3 1 2 3. Okay, like this. Then I'm going to cross with the second one. All right, so did I say second? Sorry, I'm going to cross with the third one. Sorry, so it's the third bead. Okay, to give a ring of 4, and I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next bead and add 2 beads. Then I'll cross with the second one this time around. Okay, and next I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next, add 2, so 1 2, then cross with the second one to give a ring of 4 beads. So this is what I am going to be repeating for this particular stage. What we are trying to do is to make T. So we're already done with the base of the T, so I'm doing the tail of the T now, as you can see. So we have our beautiful T. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so 7 in all. Here too is 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then the same measurements for the other side as well. Okay, so let's continue. So I cut a long beading thread again. I'm going to pass it through this bead and then this bead right here. Okay, so these 2 beads. Then I'm going to take 2 of the sugar beads. So I'm taking 2 1 2. Okay, so 1 2. Then what I'm going to do is to pass the beading thread through the second bead, cross, to give a ring of 4. So you'll get something like this. Then what you're going to do next is to pass the beading thread through this bead right here. Then you're going to take 2 beads. So 1, 2. Then you are going to cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Next, you're going to pass the beading thread through this bead right here. But this time around, you are not going to add 2 beads. Okay, you are going to add 3 beads. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so like this. You see? 3. Then you are going to cross with a third bead, and this will give us a ring of 5 beads. So a ring of 5 beads. Then what we are going to do next is to pass the beading thread through the next bead, which is this bead right here. Then what we are going to do next is to take 3 beads again. Okay, 3 beads. So 1, 2, 3. Then we are going to cross with the with the third bead. I keep saying second. With the third bead to give a ring of 5 beads again. So a ring of 5 beads. Then we are going to pass the beading thread through this bead right here, and then also through this bead. So this is the first bead, and also through this bead here, this one right here. Okay, then we are going to add 2 beads this time around. Okay, 2. So 1, 2, cross with the second one, and this will give us a ring of 5 beads. All right, you see, it's very simple. It's not a difficult pattern. Okay, it's not difficult at all. Okay, moving on. So you're going to pass the beading thread through the next bead, which is this one right here. Then this time around we are going to do rings of 4. Okay, rings of 4. So first I'm going to take 2 sugar beads, then I'm going to cross with the second one to give a ring of 4 beads like this. Then I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next bead. Okay, through the next bead, which is this one. Then what I'm going to do is to add 2 sugar beads. So 1, 2, cross with the second one to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, going in again, I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next bead right here. Then I'm going to add 2 sugar beads, cross with the second one to give a ring of 4 beads. Pass again, add 2 sugar beads, cross with the second one to give a ring of 4 beads. So that's what I'll be repeating. Okay, so you're going in again. I'm going to add 2 sugar beads. Okay, cross with the second one to give a ring of 4 beads. Alright, so here we are going to pass the beading thread through the last 2 beads. So the first one is this bead here. Okay, and then also this bead right here. So 2 beads in all. And this around you're just going to add 1. So just 1 sugar bead and cross. Okay, and this will also give us a ring of 4 beads. So at this point you should be getting something like this. Then what you are going to do next is to pass the beading thread through the next bead, which is this bead right here. Okay, we are going to do rings of 5 again. So I'm going to add 3 beads now. So 1, 2, 3, like this. Okay, and I'm going to cross with the third bead to give a ring of 5 beads. So a ring of 5 beads like that. Next, I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next bead, and then I will add 3 beads. So 1, 2, 3, cross with the third bead to give a ring of 5 beads. You see? Then next you're going to pass the beading thread through the next bead, and then you're going to add 3 beads, cross with the third bead to give a ring of 5 beads. So basically that's what you'll be repeating. Okay, all right. So at this point I'm going to pass the beading thread through this bead and this bead, so 2 beads in all. That's the last 2 beads. I'm going to take 2 beads now, so 1, 2, cross with the second bead to give a ring of 5 beads. Okay, so you get something like this. Now you're going to pass the beading thread through this bead right here, and then what we are going to do now is rings of 6. So I'm going to add 3 beads, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, after you are done, you take this beading thread right here and then pass it through this bead right here, so it will be going backwards 1. Okay, so like that. Then you are going to take your third bead cross to give us a ring of 6 beads. You're going to pass the beading thread through the next 2 beads, so 1, 2, through the next 2 beads. So you're going to add 1, 2, 3 beads, cross with the third bead to give a ring of 6 beads. Okay, you're going to pass the beading thread through the next 2 beads again, so 1, 2, then you would, so 1, 2, add 3 beads, cross with the third bead to give a ring of 6 beads. At this point you're going to pass the beading thread through 1, 2, 3 beads. So see, 1, 2, 3 beads. Then you're going to add 2 now, so then you cross with the second one to give a ring of 6 beads, and this is our last ring of 6 beads. Okay, so let's continue. Now you're going to do rings of 4. So passing the beading thread through the next bead, you're going to add 2, so 1, 2, like this. So 2, cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads, pass the beading thread through the next bead, add 2 beads, so 1, 2, cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, so that's what you'll be repeating. Alright, so for the last part you're just going to add 1 bead. Then here we tie our knot. So let's tie. Okay, so you're going to repeat the same thing at this side of the bag. This is what you should get when you are done. Alright, so when you get something like this, what you're going to do next is to make the sides of the bag. So first you cut a long beading thread and put it in the first bead, which I just did. Then you are going to take 3 of the sugar beads. So I'm taking 3, so 1, 2, and then 3. Okay, then what you're going to do next is to cross with the third one to give a ring of 4 beads. So I'm crossing. Alright, so when you are done like this, you're going to pass a beading thread through the next bead. So you're passing it through the next bead, which is this bead right here. Then what you're going to do next is to pick 2 beads, then you cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, then next you're going to pass the beading thread through the next bead again. Alright, so when you pass it through the next bead, you're going to take 2 beads, cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Then you continue by passing the beading thread through the next bead again. what you're going to do is to pick 2 beads. So 1, 2, cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, then when you are done, you pass the beading thread through the next bead. So basically this is what you're going to be doing for the sides. You see, it's easy, right? So you can continue till you get to the end. So I'm almost done. I beaded some off camera and I'm at this point. Here too, I'm going to take 2. So 1, 2, then I'm going to cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, then after that you pass the beading thread through the next bead, which is this one. Then you take 1, 2, all right, then you're going to cross with the second bead like this to give a ring of 4 beads. So like this. So when you are done, you're going to start the process again. You're going to take 3 beads, so 1, 2, and 3. Then you're going to cross with the, see, like this. You're going to cross with the third one to give a ring of 4 beads, right? Then you pass the beading thread through the next bead, and then you add 2. So 1, 2 beads, cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Okay, then you pass the beading thread through the next bead. Okay, so you're passing it through the next bead. Then you're going to take 2. So 1, 2, cross with the second bead to give a ring of 4 beads. Very simple, right? Okay, so you should be getting something like this by now. And see, it's very beautiful. So what I did, the other half, I beaded the other half off camera. So what I'm going to do is to just join the 2 sides together. Okay, so very easy here. So if you have excess thread from the other side, you are just going to continue. First, you're going to pick 1 bead like this. Okay, and what you're going to do is to pass the beading thread through this bead right here. So you're going to pass the beading thread through this bead. So it's going in like this. Okay, and then what you're going to do is to take 1 bead. So you're going to take 1 bead here, and you're going to cross with that same bead. Okay, this will give you a ring of 4 beads. So you should get something like this. See, very easy. Now what you're going to do next is to pass the beading thread through this bead, and then also the other beading thread through this bead. Okay, then you are going to pick 1 bead and cross. Then you are going to do it again. You're going to pass the beading thread, one side of the beading thread through this bead here, and then the other side of the beading thread through the other bead, which is this one. Okay, so when you are done, you just cross, and that is what you are going to be repeating until you get to the end. So we are going to pass the beading thread through this bead. Okay, this is going to join the other beading thread here, and then we are going to tie a knot, and that will be it for the sides. What's left to do is to close it and then make the bag handle. So for closing the sides, you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then what you're going to do is to turn the beading thread like this. The bag like this. So 1, 2. So 1, this is the first one, the second one. So you're going to pass the beading thread through the middle bead in between the first and the second, which I just counted. Okay, then you're going to take one bead, and then like this, you see where the bead went. Then you're going to pick another bead. Okay, so you're going to count. So where I place the beading thread, you're going to count extra 2. So this is 1, 2. Then on the third one, you're going to pass the beading thread through that one. So you see where it's going to. Okay, then you just pick one bead, and then you either tie or you cross, depending on what you want to do, whether you want to do more than one for the closing of the side. So I decided to do 2. So I will cross with this one, then it will help me to fold the side in. So it will be folded like this. Okay, see the way it looks now. Then what you're going to do next is to pass the beading thread. So the one in your right hand is going through the closest bead, which is this one. So you're going to pass the beading thread through this bead. And then the beading thread in your left hand will also go through. So let's just do this one first. So you're passing the beading thread in our right hand through this bead right here. Okay, when you're done, you're just going to take one bead, so like this, and you're going to pass it through the bead at the other side to meet the beading thread in your left hand. So it's going to look like this. Okay, so I hope you can see it clearly. And then what you do is just tie a knot beautifully. Alright, so I tied 2 knots in all, and then voila, this is how it looks. You see, if you watch my previous videos, you see that this is a pattern I've been repeating, but it's also very simple. All you have to do is just count and then close the sides. So whatever I did on one side of the bag, you're going to repeat the same thing on the other side as well. Okay, so in the end, you should have something like this, right? And then I have a video on how to make this. I'll leave the link in the description so you can check it out. So I did 17 in all, as you saw me counting. So what I'm going to do is to just attach the base of the handle to this side of the bag, and then we will be done. Okay, so first you're going to cut your beading thread. It shouldn't be very long. All right, just enough. Then you pass the beading thread through a bead at the base, so one bead first. Then what you're going to do is to take one bead and pass the beading thread through it. So you should get something like this. And when you are done, you are going to pass this beading thread through this side. Okay, so I'm going to go through this. So it's like this, just as you see it. Then when you get this, what you are going to do next is to align the thread properly, and then you are going to pick one bead. So it should look something like this to start. Okay, then you are going to pick one bead. So you take one like this, and then you will cross, right? So you cross like this. Then when you are done, you're going to pass the beading thread through this bead right here, and then this beading thread also through this bead right here. So it's going through this bead nicely. Done. Then when you finish, you are going to take one bead and cross. Okay, then you turn this way. So when you turn this way, you're going to pass the beading thread through this bead right here, the one in your right hand through this bead, and then the one in your left hand also through the bead just right on top of it, which is this one. Then you are going to cross with the one bead you are going to take. So you take one bead and then you cross. All right, so when you are done crossing, you're going to just turn again like this, and this time around we are not adding any bead, we are just going to tie a knot. But first you're supposed to pass beading thread in the right hand through this bead here, so it is going through this bead like this. Okay, and when it goes through this one, you're going to pass it through this bead as well, and then through this bead just to meet the beading thread in at the other side, and then you tie your knot beautifully. And basically that is it. Very beautiful, right? Really, really beautiful. Now we are going to attach the teardrop to the bag. So I'm going to cut a long beading thread. Okay, I'm going to pass the beading thread through this first hole here. This is a very simple step, very simple. So at the tip of the teardrop has this hole, so I'm just going to pass the beading thread through the hole like this. Okay, if you don't have this type of bead, you can use any type of bead that is also teardrop. It works perfectly. Okay, then you pass the beading thread through the next bead, then you attach it. So you see what I'm doing. You just, after that, you're going to pass the beading thread through the next bead again, like that. Simple, very simple. Then you pick one teardrop and then you attach. So a full pack of teardrop beads would make the front part of the bag. So if you want to do both sides, then it means you are going to use 2 packs of this type of bead. Okay, so I'm going to pass it through the next bead like that. You see, it's going through. Then what I'm going to do again is to pick the teardrop bead. Okay, so this is just an up close for you to see what I'm actually doing. So I'm passing it through, then I'm going to pass the beading thread through the next bead. Right, you see, so that's what you'll be doing till you are done. It's just the same thing I'm doing, so just follow to the end. Okay, so look at how beautiful it looks. You see, this is how beautiful it will look. So I did just one part because I don't want the design to look plenty. Thanks for watching. See you in our next video. Bye.